If you've ever landed in a major Asian city for a sudden assignment, you know the pressure of hitting the ground with zero language skills. You need immediate utility, but most programs ask you for years of patience. Traditional academic classes spend hundreds of hours having students trace character grids, perfecting the stroke order of thousands of individual words. Knowing how to write the character for library by hand doesn't help when you're standing at a night market stall trying to specify the ice level in your tea, or when you need to negotiate a price with a supplier in real time. For a busy adult learner, the primary metric is return on time invested. You don't have 3 years to reach basic proficiency. You have a few weeks. The structure of a traditional course is often misaligned with the needs of modern travelers. You are paying for long-term literary foundations when you need the ability to navigate your commute and buy groceries tomorrow. This brings us to a different approach, the communicative Mandarin framework, specifically the 30-lesson syllabus from Pistachios Education Center. Their curriculum makes a very specific promise, transforming absolute beginners into capable survivalists in just 45 classroom hours. That claim raises a dilemma. Does a rapid communicative structure actually build genuine fluency? Or is it just handing you a few party tricks that fall apart the second a native speaker talks back? To find out, we have to map the curriculum's inputs against its real-world outputs and expose the hidden trade-offs required to achieve that kind of speed. The foundation of the syllabus relies on a strict split, 30% theory and 70% active practice. This 70% block is driven by task-based language teaching. Instead of abstract sentence patterns, students complete simulated real-world errands. Lesson 20, the Night Market Challenge, requires students to use a set budget to identify, price, and purchase specific items in a crowd. Lesson 22 uses a blindfolded maze exercise. One student has to physically guide another around the classroom using exclusively Mandarin walking directions. But prioritizing tasks over theory means you will develop a weaker grasp of underlying grammar. You'll know what to say to get the job done, but you won't always know why the sentence is structured that way. This 30-70 split builds verbal momentum, prioritizing reflex over academic precision. Most language classes assign written workbook essays as homework. This syllabus uses high-friction microtasks instead. In week 1, you aren't filling out worksheets. You are required to record an audio self-introduction for the class group chat, or text a classmate to ask for a fake phone number using Pinyin. The repetition forces you to get used to the sound of your own voice in a tonal language. It breaks the barrier of hearing yourself speak Mandarin before you ever have to do it in public. The trade-off here is a requirement for personal accountability. You cannot passively sit in the back row and take notes. If you don't speak, you fail the task. By pushing all the rote repetition into the homework phase, the instructor preserves classroom time strictly for live execution and immediate feedback. You'll also notice this curriculum deliberately skips generalized vocabulary. Instead, it arms you with highly situational niche words. Lesson 4, for example, pivots into commerce. You aren't learning the words for various zoo animals. You are learning how to ask, "Excuse me, how much does that cost in total?" It drills into the scenarios you actually encounter on a Tuesday afternoon: how to navigate a post office, request a haircut, or text for sick leave. This street-level focus is the opposite of standard proficiency tests. As shown in this table, the HSK exam forces a rigid vocabulary scaling, requiring broad literacy across all topics to move from level to level. This leads to a specific trade-off. You can negotiate with a Taobao supplier, but you cannot read a local newspaper. This vocabulary strategy is an engineered tool for immediate economic utility. It abandons the pursuit of literary depth to get you functioning in the market. To figure out if this trade-off makes sense for you, we map your goals on a matrix, measuring the time invested against your desired outcome. If your goal is university admission or passing high-level HSK exams, you are the anti-target for this curriculum. The complete lack of rote character writing in these 30 lessons will leave you underprepared for written exams. On the other hand, if you are a traveler or a professional who needs to run daily errands and hold basic business conversations immediately, you sit in the ideal profile. The end goal shifts from classroom perfection to confidently navigating a market or a business meeting without relying on hand gestures. You're preparing for a chaotic environment, not a textbook. If street-level verbal survival is your true objective, abandoning the traditional academic path for this 30-lesson sprint offers a high return on 45 hours of your life. Hit the link in the description to check the syllabus out for yourself and see if it fits your timeline.